Alright, and welcome to Magus Plays. Our first game up on the list is my personal favorite of all time, Final Fantasy VI, aka Final Fantasy III in the US because we can't count. But for this one, I will actually be playing the Game Boy Advanced version. So it's actually Final Fantasy VI Advanced. There are a few reasons that I'll go into later why I chose this one, but overall I really did enjoy playing it on the GBA, mainly because I could play it anywhere, which is always great. So let's get started. I'm looking for the any button on my controller, which I am not seeing, so I'm going to press a button. We're going to start a new game, because why not? A few things first. I will go over some of the things that I'm doing while I play the game, such as I'm going to do a low-level kind of playthrough, but this isn't really a guide. I will give some helpful tips and tricks, I think, during it, and kind of review it as I go along. But generally I say play this game. Don't even bother watching until you've played it. It is that good a game. But now, let's get started. New game. The Ancient War of the Magi. When its flames at last receded, only the charred husks of a world remained. Even the power of magic was lost. In the 1,000 years that followed, iron, gunpowder, and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Yet, there now stands one who would reawaken the magic of ages past, and use this dread power as a means by which to conquer all the world. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? Well, it's a Final Fantasy game. I'll let you take a guess. There's the city. Hard to believe an Esper's been found frozen there for 1,000 years after the War of the Magi. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have lent us her unless they were confident the information was good. Ah yes, our witch. I heard she fried 50 of our Magitech armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kind of makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. Breathe! Come on, breathe! We'll approach from the east. Move out. Now, in a fantasy in fan fiction, I mean, there are horrible things involved because she's wearing that slave crown. And this is the first time we get to see the wonderful Mode 7 graphics that really do come into play very well throughout the game. A little overused at times, but I think it's an extremely good representation on the power the Super Nintendo had. In fact, there's very few games I think that actually are more beautiful than this one, and that would have to be Chrono Trigger. And that's saying a lot. I do think, though, that the music of this game is probably my absolute favorite video game music of all time, mainly because it just every piece is just beautiful. And it was the first game soundtrack I ever got. And I asked for it for Christmas years and years and years ago. And I got the Japanese import back before you could really find them easily online even. I mean, this was years ago. And I actually learned how to play the song you're hearing now, which I always called Terra's Walking Theme, on my sax. So, it always just, this song especially holds a special place in my heart. Now, I don't know if I'm going to continue reading everything out or what. I just kind of wanted to do that for the opening, because it gives you just a little thought about what's going on. And in general, what I think about. I'd rather just kind of talk and go over things rather than say everything, but I thought a nice little intro would be nice. So, we're probably not going to actually get to play the game today, or at least this video, because I do want to showcase the entire thing, at least from start to finish. Oh, quicker than I thought. I haven't watched that in forever. And that's our first video for Magus Plays. Thank you for watching, and come back to the next one when I actually get to play the video game. Yay!